I have just realized that LGBTQ is like a humiliation ritual invented by the United States and set by them for other countries to comply by, as like an humiliation ritual by which, if you go through, like in the case of Skull and Bones, they have a humiliation ritual for you if you want to join their cult, and that is the clansmen or the members of the cult will jerk off in front of your face or onto your face. So this is fucking disgusting and humiliating. But at the same time, what it does is you sacrifice a part of your privacy to show them that you are willing to sacrifice more in the future, or at least you're not going to be one of the traitors, because you kind of have lowered your standards or values, or at least shown them that you are going to be a loyal partner with them or for them. And that's why USA likes to promote this sort of agendas and tries to push these pseudo moralistic agendas such as LGBT, where a lot of issues that are a lot more serious are getting ignored by USA, but they give funding to the so-called LGBT and other degenerate movements millions of dollars in order to pressurize a nation into confessing and accepting a humiliating thing that they don't want to accept, a taboo thing, because it's a way to make them a subordinate ally. So this is a disgusting technique that USA is currently trying to apply upon African nations. And thus far we have seen retaliation from presidents of different countries in Africa. They're saying that they have their standards and they're not gonna be sacrificing them for the pseudo-moralistic standards that USA and the United Nations is applying upon them for them to be considered as a developed nation. At the same time, USA and United Nations is supporting and funding a genocide, a mass killing, and they're overshadowing the facts that there are innocent civilians being killed. And when you reject the LGBT and you say that we do not support them or we are criminalizing them, they will show you videos and examples of how the LGBT people used to get oppressed and how it is bad and cruel and not good and etc. But when you tell them or show them the proofs of innocent kids being blown off in Palestine by the Israel, which is funded by USA, then they have 1,000 reasons upon which you cannot argue, because if you do, you're going to be an anti-national, anti-hegemon actually. So the United Kingdom of America is a satanic empire ran by satanic Jews to humiliate the human race and take it to the doom. I do not see an end to this digression and this constant chasing to the bottom. Some people have theories that they're gonna get rid of the world population and they're gonna end up a few millions and gonna rule over the world. Which I think is not true. I think they are themselves being doomed into believing something very stupid. Because just imagine if they had the truth, if they had all the answers, then they wouldn't have been engaging in such activities, such subversive activities They could have just invented a virus and killed the rest of the people and they could have survived easily, right? But they're not doing it. They are playing a cruel game of humiliating millions and billions of people, and certain someone is getting enjoyment out of it, which I think is the literal Satan. What Satan is doing is giving them, the Satanists and satanic Jews at the top, some sort of an illusion of answer, which he doesn't have. Satan doesn't have the answer to become God, because if he knew, he would have become. But he is selling them an empty box that is sold to countless more individuals in the past, different rulers and so-called wisdom seekers, teachers, who sold their soul in order to get wisdom, at the end realizing there is nothing beyond God. And the one who's selling them the formula of becoming God himself could have become God if that was true. This is utterly foolish to buy in these occultism and bullshit and this naive worldview that somehow there is going to be a breakthrough. All of their bogus theories, their limitations, such as they cannot go past the speed of light. These are limitations in the space-time. And despite their small attempts, like splitting an atom, is to be considered as impossible because it's in the definition that an atom, by Democritus, is something that cannot be divided. Thus, it was named an atom. But now we are able to split an atom in two and create energy. So this is like an exploit in the fabric of the universe. This is an exploit that we are doing. But this is part of the game that Satan plays with us. Those who are pulling the strings at the top thinks or has some sort of hypothesis what should be an ideal state of the world. And that's the reason they are playing this cruel game of killing millions, displacing billions, and playing out massive, disgusting games that are gonna show off in the future. But at the end, it's all a facade. It's like in mathematical terms, if you do the integration of all the things, you get Satan. If you do the differentiation of all the problems and stuff from the beginning to the end, if you break it down, you begin from the bigger problems and you go to the depth and to the depth and to the depth, you find Satan. So in both ways, in one, we collect all the evil and we try to see what face appears out of all the evils, starting from the smaller ones to the bigger ones. We accumulate all of it in the language of integration and we get a plain picture of Satan. There is no human intention behind evil. Evil never does good to a human in the long run. We just say, in an integrational way, it will never bring something good. At the same time, if you break down big personalities who, personify the Satan, evil dictators, evil occultists, leaders, Satanists, all they resemble is at the core Satan, who doesn't have the answer, who just knows to deceive. All the neoliberal, neo-occult bullshit is all a lie. It's partially true. The fragments could be of anything, but doesn't mean the thing is there. From the dustbin, there comes sometimes nice smell of some exotic food or something you like. Doesn't mean you're gonna get fresh food in the dustbin. It's shit out there. Just like that. It's all deception. So these were some random thoughts that I was having. I was interested to share it. And thanks for watching. I hope you to see again. Thank you.